Rising dramatically from the emerald foliage of Sri Lanka and crowned by ancient ruins, this is the colossal monolith of Sigiriya, the ancient sky city. It's an achievement of human construction that seems almost too impressive to be believed. The monumental architecture far exceeds the presumed capabilities of the time, sparking rumors, myths, and numerous theories about its construction, some even speculating on the involvement of mystical powers. Built in the 5th century AD under the reign of King Kashyapa, this magnificent fortress is adorned with exquisite frescoes that provide insights into bygone eras, while its mysterious mirror wall, once polished to a gleam, holds centuries-old verses written by the many visitors it mesmerized. Though Sigiriya's grandeur is evident, the methods behind its creation remain shrouded in mystery. Legend has it that a great king constructed this palace in the sky after a power struggle and patricide, seeking a fortress impenetrable to his avenging brother. The labyrinthine water gardens, stone staircases, and advanced hydraulic systems point to a society well ahead of its time. Yet, for all its innovation, the city was abandoned soon after the king's death and reclaimed by nature, its stories waiting to be uncovered. Construction and overview. The construction date seems well understood, and that is just about the only aspect of Sigiriya that's widely agreed upon. In the year 477 AD, there was great turmoil in what is now Sri Lanka. Kashyapa, despite being the eldest son of the reigning king, was passed over as designated heir to the throne. This was an act he did not take lightly. Kashyapa revolted, deposed his father, and seized the kingdom. His younger brother, the legitimate heir, fled in fear for his life. Certain that his father was hiding the kingdom's treasure from him, Kashyapa entombed his father within a wall, where he eventually died. Aware of the widespread disapproval of his ruthless ascent to power and concerned about potential rebellions, Kashyapa decided to establish a new capital and royal palace, one that would be a wonder to behold. And so he looked toward modern-day Dambulla in the Matale district of Sri Lanka. From this relatively flat land, a rock formation rises imposingly, soaring 600 feet above its surroundings. This became the site of Sigiriya. By the time Kashyapa's brother reclaimed the throne in 495 AD, after a vicious battle, Sigiriya, with its astounding features intact, had already taken its place as a wonder of the world. However, following the death of its visionary builder, Sigiriya fell into disrepair. Despite this, many of its marvels remain intact today, leaving even the most grounded individuals in awe of its breathtaking vistas and remarkable engineering. Important areas. Visitors making the journey today will have their pick of stunning visuals. One of the first and most striking will be the giant set of lion's paws that frame the entrance. Despite being over 1,500 years old, these three-toed feet remain remarkably preserved. Legend has it that a full lion's head once stood above these paws. This is fitting, given that the fortress is named Sigiriya, or Lion's Rock, after the majestic animal. Inside, one of the fortress's most celebrated features is the mirror wall. This sheer rock, overlaid with a reflective plaster, was once so polished that the king could glimpse his reflection as he passed. Time may have dimmed its sheen, but its significance remains undiminished. Around the grounds, frescoes depict a range of scenes. Many retain their original vibrancy, offering invaluable insights into the art and sensibilities of an ancient culture. Some of these paintings, featuring local flora and fauna, mingled with dancers and historical figures, can be quite provocative in their composition. Beyond the paintings, there are inscriptions spanning a myriad of topics. From poetry to musings, intricate wordplay to archaic languages, these writings have captured voices from different times and social strata. Visitors added their own inscriptions for many years until this practice was banned to protect some of the more historic and remarkable scripts. The writings chronicle perspectives from nobility, royalty, and common people, spanning over a millennium. While some offer profound reflections, others present more mundane observations. Additional works can be found in the Cobra Hood Cave, which has the appearance of a cobra's head rising up above the rocks beneath it. Inside, the floor is paved with plaster, and more of the site's iconic inscriptions and illustrations extend to its ceiling. Some believe Buddhist monks took shelter here and remained even in Sigiriya's decline. This is perhaps the first point where the theories move from factual into the more unknown. The sheer scale and grandeur of the location have led many to attribute its construction to divine intervention. One such legend suggests it was built by Ravana, a figure from Hindu mythology, and that the Hindu goddess Sita was once imprisoned within the Cobra Hood cave. While such theories might stretch modern credulity, a stroll through the renowned water gardens could make one wonder if this monumental feat was indeed beyond human endeavor. Lost technologies. Sigiriya's advanced water gardens, intricate conduits, and imposing structures reflect an era-defying technological sophistication. Visitors navigating its grounds are invariably confronted with a great mystery. How did an ancient civilization craft such architectural wonders that continue to mystify today's experts? The gardens of Sigiriya are divided into 3 interconnecting sections: the geometrically planned water gardens, the organic cave and boulder garden, and the terraced garden that envelops the rock. Atop the rock sits the miniature water garden and the palace gardens. And it is here where the true enormity of what has been achieved comes into full view. These water gardens consist of various interconnecting pools and ponds, many filled to different levels, and some only filled at certain points. Discoveries at the site have revealed complex networks of pipes and conduits beneath the surface to feed water to each pond. Some have multiple feeds, each at different depths, allowing them to be filled to various levels, depending on the requirement on a particular day. And to the people simply observing, it seemed as if this water appeared by the hand of some higher power. Sometimes, it even looked like it cascaded over the top of the ancient lion's head and filled the pools and waterways with a blessing from the heavens. Modern research has uncovered sizable granite tanks that stored water for these features. Yet the intricacy of the interconnected systems remains an enigma. The depth of understanding and fluid dynamics necessary to precisely position conduits and modify them to achieve desired water levels seems extraordinarily advanced for the time. Several pools appear to have been designed with versatility in mind, perhaps even drained for specific events and then refilled. Such a spectacle, enthralling even by today's standards, must have seemed otherworldly when first unveiled. The irrigation systems for the gardens are equally complex and still function to this day. If we put aside the knowledge required to plan and build these, even to understand the complex network of underground pipes and tunnels, holding tanks, and water recycling, we are left with one of the most confounding aspects of Sigiriya's construction. How did they even get these materials up there in the first place? Purpose and function. The sheer scale of everything about Sigiriya seems to defy logic. How did they transport the foundational materials to such towering heights? And once there, how did residents and workers ascend? While steps were carved into the side, legends tell of hidden stairways carved within the rock itself, pathways reserved for the king and select members of the royalty to ascend discreetly, shielded from public view. The complex hydraulic systems of Sigiriya also give rise to a popular theory: the existence of a functional elevator at some point in its ancient history, perhaps one powered by the same hydraulic expertise demonstrated in the water gardens. Some believe that such a lift mechanism, akin to a freight elevator, facilitated the transport of heavy granite blocks up the sheer face of the rock. There are also tales of a wooden elevator system employing a complicated system of ropes and pulleys. According to some accounts, British colonialists later dismantled this elevator and cut off access to a concealed treasure chamber within the rock. However, the reasons for such actions are never entirely specified. Beyond terrestrial explanations, a few theories look skyward, even past the belief that Hindu deities had a hand in the construction. As with many ancient marvels, some speculate extraterrestrial involvement in Sigiriya's construction. While such a notion might seem far-fetched, certain architectural elements of Sigiriya, notably its alignment with celestial bodies during solstices, lend some weight to these claims in their eyes. Further intrigue arises from Sigiriya's proximity to another monument known as the Sakwala Chakraya, often dubbed Sri Lanka's Stargate. This enigmatic site is interpreted by various scholars and enthusiasts as either a celestial map or a portal to other worlds. Given this context, extraterrestrial theories surrounding Sigiriya, depending on who you ask, may not seem as outlandish as initially thought. lingering questions. After all considerations, one indisputable fact remains. Sigiriya stands as a marvel of human ingenuity. Every nook and cranny offers a revelation, even to contemporary eyes. Each facet of this ancient citadel offers a portal into the past, showcasing the pinnacle of craftsmanship and intellect from a bygone era. Frescoes, enduring over 15 centuries, immortalize the skills of artisans whose names are lost to history. Architectural feats still challenge our modern comprehension, and the intricacy of its water systems, still functioning flawlessly, attests to the advanced knowledge of its builders. Legends of hidden elevators and celestial overseers will undoubtedly endure. Given Sigiriya's plethora of wonders that seemingly pushed the boundaries of what was believed achievable, who's to say there wasn't even more? Could there have been advanced technologies now shrouded in antiquity, methods and expertise lost to the annals of time? Whatever any of us choose to believe, tourists will still continue to flock to this ancient sky city, and rightly so, to take in its majesty, to revel in its sheer scale, to marvel at its complexity, and maybe to decide for themselves if there were powers beyond our understanding at work when it was all put together.